EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for January 7th, 2020. For your Tuesday, we have clouds are going to be on the increase today. We have this system here over eastern Tennessee, eastern Kentucky that's going to be making its way toward the Delmarva region. And this is that same thread the needle system that we've had our eye on for a couple of weeks now. Not directly, but we're trying to forecast ahead for in the long-range forecast and suggested this would be a favorable time period to see something for a thread-the-needle snow. Thread-the-needle meaning it was warmer earlier in the week and too mild for any kind of snow. Then we had this little bit of a cool shot, if you will, for a couple of days. That's going to go through Thursday. And then it's going to turn quite mild from Friday onward through about the 20th or thereabout. Well, here's that system. And it was something that was modeled over the past couple of days to not be that big of a deal. So we did decide to forego the snow map, but we are going to have to make one this morning, it looks like, because there's some changes here, at least in the shorter term that is from this evening anyway. The models that are running this evening are getting a lot more aggressive further north with this axis of snow. But it's not a ton of snow. So I want to give you the wrong impression here. Here is the European model showing that hitting the coast and redeveloping. There is going to be some subsidence on the northern side here that's going to cut off areas in here. So you're not going to get much in those areas right there. Well, maybe not that far south in PA. You can see where the line is here, but I see it cuts down here. So parts of far northern New Jersey that normally get into the snow, parts of northeast PA that normally get into the snow, will see a significantly less amount or nothing at all. It's going to be concentrated a little bit further south, but I still think you see some flakes all the way up to near the Pennsylvania-New York border, so it's going to be close. Wayne County up here, Susquehanna, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. But this is going to move away here, and it's not a ton of snow, but there is snow nevertheless coming at us that was not expected when I was looking at this before leaving work 6 hours ago. So here is a look at the NAM High-Res Future Simulator Radar, and this is starting off at 1 p.m. Okay, and here's the swath of snow coming at us. This was originally expected to dissipate. I'll show you that in a second. So it moves up through the lower Susquehanna Valley, but continues to spread northeast. You see down by Philadelphia and point southeast, this is starting as rain because it's going to be too warm for any kind of frozen precipitation there, at least initially. I think it changes over to raining before ending here. So that's going to cut down on any potential accumulations down in these areas to what it could have been if it was all snow. Still going to get a couple inches out of here in some places. So this makes its way. This is now looking at 5 p.m. You got evening rush. This is coming into the Lehigh Valley now here at this point. Moving. This was not expected to reach up in these areas before. And this is 6 p.m. Here is 7 p.m., 8 p.m. They're going all the way to 8 p.m. now. And you can see this is the northernmost extent of where the precipitation is coming in. It's not really getting into far northern New Jersey because now you're starting to get that subsidence on the northern side here kicking in. Subsidence is dry air, so it will not allow the precipitation to go too far north and east. But you can see this axis here is a lot further north and northwest than it was before. So now we have an issue of whether this is correct or not. If this is correct, we will have some accumulations further northeast than we expected. And we're in these areas right here, we're talking probably a coating to an inch or thereabout. As you move further south and west here, though, there could be a couple of inches. And I think you get maybe back here in these areas. I'm going to draw this on here. So your coating to an inch area is probably right in here. As you get back here in these areas right here, you're in a 2 to 4 inch swath right in here. And then you might get a couple areas here on the higher end of that 2 to 4 range, down in these ranges here, maybe even 4 or 5 inches in some of these places here where they have the X's. Okay, further south and east, there's going to be a cutoff here. Again, it is going to end as snow, and you can see that as that transitions here. See that right there? And it transitions before it ends. So we're going to have some. That's giving you an approximation of what this particular model has on its latest run. That got us a little bit of an alarm this evening that we're going to go, oh, wow, we're going to have to make a map for this now. Okay, so that's what the newest run did this evening. Previous run, this is showing the previous run here, 6 hours before that we're showing this. Yeah, not really too much. See that? See how it just fizzles and falls apart? So you see, excuse me, you see this is why our thinking was that this was not going to be that big of a deal. No need for a map. Well, this changed this evening. And there's several pieces of guidance that are doing this. It's not just the NAM. So if this is going to continue to be a trend overnight and into early morning on Tuesday, we will have a map out to the public this morning to represent that. After the system moves out, we're going to be windy on Wednesday. Some snow squalls coming in. As a matter of fact, going back to that, after the system leaves, here's those snow squalls coming in. This is looking early Wednesday morning. You see those bands of snow squalls move through during the day. This is something we have to watch again because we just had this a couple weeks ago and we had a lot of accidents because of this, and some very bad accidents, as a matter of fact, especially on some interstates out here in Union County. All right, so this is a big deal. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to hit your area, but if it does, quick coating to an inch, gusty winds, low visibility, and you can get cause some accidents if you're out on the roadways and caught in that, whether it's sticky or not. So here is looking at Wednesday's snow squall potential, and that goes throughout the day here. Okay, so windy on Wednesday, wind gust 25 to 35 miles per hour with isolated gusts to 45. Mainly during the daytime here on Wednesday. Then once we get past that, we're going to be cold, by the way, on Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-30s, and then same thing here on Thursday. Generally everywhere, still a very cold day. After that point, we start to warm up on Friday. We have a warm front go through. Could be a few showers late in the day in some areas with this here, and this is in the form of rain. It's going to be milder on Friday. Temperatures getting into the 50s. And then Saturday, Sunday, you're going to have more showers here on Saturday. Saturday could get into the 60s in some places, or at least 60 degrees. And then once we get to Sunday, you might even get up into the mid to upper 60s in some locations. So it's going to be very warm. As a matter of fact, here's the European guidance for that. Here's the high temperatures here. These yellows here, these are all in around 60, 61, 62 for highs here on Saturday, especially across southeastern PA and further south and east. And then look at Sunday. Before this front moves through, mid to upper 60s, even a few spots hitting 70 here on this particular projection, which is incredible. But there will be windy again Sunday as this moves through, because you have to go from this to this behind it, which is going to move through, and you go from these temperatures to this 6 hours later. So you're going to have some one heck of a squall line to come through. Might even have some thunderstorms on Sunday morning before this pulls away. You might have all kinds of seasons going this week. This is crazy. But this is looking at Sunday. You're going to have a pretty good wind event, I think, with a jet streak of line to get these temperatures to drop 30 degrees in a matter of 6 hours. That's going to take quite a bit, or 25 to 30 degrees. So that's a pretty big jump. So we'll keep our eye on that. Here is that system coming through here on Sunday. Basically, by Sunday afternoon is clear the area, and then we clear out overnight. We'll watch another system here for Monday. It might bring some more rain back into the picture for later Monday, but it does end up a lot cooler on Monday, at least temporarily. Still going to have a ridge building in here, so we're going to have a mild system that's going to bring just rain to the region here on Monday or later Monday into Tuesday. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We still have the short-term thread the needle event coming through here, and again, this is something that can produce, coating to an inch or two, and down here you get into the 2 to 4 inch range here. Might have to watch South Jersey, interior southern New Jersey and Delaware too for some surprise accumulations there. I can see how you get close to the I-95 corridor. After that changeover occurs, you can get a 1 to 3 inch snowfall on the back end. So very possible. We're going to look at all the guidance from the overnight and the morning runs early tomorrow morning, or early this morning, I should say, early on Tuesday morning, because this is all coming in later in the day. So we're going to have a map out, and if that map is still needed, I'm assuming it will be. And then, of course, we'll send alerts to everybody that's subscribed to the alert program with exact timing and amounts for your region. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for January 7th, 2020. Have a great Tuesday.